Hey, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark. How you doing today? I wonder if I can make this. I can't believe it. Anyway, I said that we're going to start, first off, by just doing the bridge. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to jump straight into the episode and we're going to start construction. First things first, I think I'm going to start working on the waterfall. Then once we've got that in, we'll actually make construction on the bridge because we'll know what we're working with. I think that's a good idea, don't you? There's so much stuff in here that we can just make something looking really cool with. We can change this so the in and out are different. We'll have all this room. We'll have this made of glass looking at the house there. Yeah. Oh. Hi. This could come together pretty nicely. So let's get to it. So I'm thinking the easiest way to do this, we just get rid of the waterfall, and we move it to where we want it and we put it back up. Yeah, that probably makes sense. Okay, phase 1 complete. That was such a crazy waterfall. Anyway, right. So if it goes in, maybe around where this block is there, put a border on the front of it, it washes out that side, it washes out that side. That could work, but the only way I'll know for sure is if I actually do it. So give me a second and I'll try and get this rigged up. Okay, so that works for half of it. One side of it works. Once all this is done and once I actually get the template of what it needs to look like to actually function correctly, I'll then properly spruce it up, we'll terraform it, we'll make it actually look proper. Sound good? After a whole lot of struggling and a whole lot of back and forth and kind of doing this, doing that, doing a lot of things, basically. It definitely still needs tidied up, don't get me wrong, it definitely does. But it flows both sides, we've got the 3x3 walkway, it comes down, it forms, again, another crazy waterfall. This we can definitely work with. Yeah, I'd say that's mission accomplished. Now on to the harder stuff. If it's just going from stone, and then all stone in here to pretty much all stone in there, it makes no sense to change it from being stone. But I am wanting to possibly use the stone bricks. I think that'll look much cleaner for a bridge. It'll actually show the difference in texture between the solid room in here, the solid room over there, and plus it's on the outside, so I think it'll look much better. It'll look quite weathered, I think, hopefully. With the water coming down here, I don't know what will happen if we try to put a wall there, because obviously, like I said, I'm wanting to have a banister on the bridge, so that's something that I need to work out. Also, just to save time later, we'll fill that in, and then that'll make that easier to work with. Do I need to get rid of that? Possibly. Or... Ah, there we go. Perfect. Now that's a picture. Time for bed. So now we're a little bit later on. We've made some progress. We did have a clip of me doing this, but it desynced, and honestly, nothing really important happened for me to try and go through the hassle of editing it again. So here we are. The bridge is obviously going to be 3 wide. Then this is for the outer bit, so when we put the wall on it, it actually has texture to connect to, which is definitely looking way better than having it floating. I'm pretty sure you agree. If you don't, you're a bit of a lunatic. Sorry to break it to you. I'm having a lot of trouble with the water. Putting the walls in really messed it up. I started over here, as you can see. As soon as I put the wall in, messed with the water, they joined. It's now a mess. I'm not really sure how to fix it, so I'm gonna go do that off camera because I know it's gonna annoy me. And let's just come back when it's fixed. Does that sound good? Yeah, I think it does. All right, so I'm stuck inside. That's my face. Where's the door? Oh, I hate this camera so much. Right, okay, terrific. The bridge is now in. I'm now working on some slight designs for the bridge. We've got some cracked bricks in. We've got the chiseled bricks everywhere that the archways are. I'm now gonna work out where the archways can go in the middle, or if I'm just gonna design something on the side here, still using the walls. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I figured I'd give you an update. And usually in updates, I'd say what I'm gonna do. But you knowing me, I have absolutely no idea what I'm gonna do. Let's not cut. Let's just try and decide something. 1, 2, 15. From archway to archway, the bridge is 15 long. So if we go 1, 2, 6, so that's the middle, there and there. Could we put something in the middle here? Possibly. Does that look stupid? I like the design and I like the idea of having a pattern in the middle of the bridge. I'm just not sure how I feel about that in particularly. I'm going to match it on the other side. I'm going to get a couple lanterns. I'm going to use them to light up the bridge and we're going to see how it looks. So I'll be back in a second. Yeah, with a little bit of detailing, I think that looks quite cool. These might go one higher. I might make these kind of like the way the archways are in the middle. Actually, let's do that right now and let's see how that looks. So, what would I do? Okay, yeah, I think that looks much better. It doesn't obscure the creeper face, the lantern isn't in your face, and yeah. Okay, I've convinced myself. Yeah, I think that really suits it. The base idea is done. Now I think we can move on, we can start designing the other rooms, and then we can tweak this when we want to. We'll actually turn this room into something. How is there gravel just floating there with a lantern hanging? How have I done that then? That doesn't make any sense. Never mind. I might just texture it a little bit more. I might still just have it as kind of like a cave lookout and just actually texture it into looking like something. Whereas in here, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it, to be honest. All the chests that are in that room are full of items that don't stack. So it's books, enchanted armor, weapons, swords, all that kind of stuff. So I didn't really see any point in moving it into the storage room just because we'll make more of it and then we'll need more chests. It's just a pain. So we'll work out what we want to do with it in a wee bit. But we can start designing the room, get it looking how we want it. Then we actually might just start redesigning other rooms in the house. I know that the house is like a very basic house and it is not anything special and it is not the best thing you've ever seen in your life. However, we've been on this server for over a year and that is the very first house we built. So 00 is just down there somewhere near the water. We came over here and within an hour that was built and it has stayed the exact same way ever since. So I am very reluctant to let it go. It's basically a relic. I would rather build a whole other house and just leave this here as a relic of the past than actually change it and get rid of it. It's easily the oldest thing on the server. It'll be staying for the foreseeable. But I like this bridge. I really do. The design is simple, but it looks really cool. I'm hearing a spider, but I'm not sure where. That just means it's time for bed. But I'm glad we got this bridge done. That's how you start the episode, right? Now we move on to bigger and better things. So I've had an idea, which is usually a scary statement. In here, I'm thinking, starting right as you walk in, it's just a staircase that goes up and it stops at the flat up there into the valuables room where the anvil is, all that kind of stuff. I think that would look quite cool. We'd have a space here that we could decorate, turn this into a big window, have stuff down here. There's a lot of stuff that we could do with it. I'm not quite sure what yet. Even if the stairs maybe didn't make it all the way up, we could still just keep these chests here. How do these open? If there's blocks above them, how do these open? How have I done that then? Not the point. I'm getting off topic. But then up here, we would have the issue of this staircase would come down here, and then there'd be a hole. Or would there? Where does this come up? So this is in the middle, so it would be one over and one over. One over and one over. So we could realistically just keep this here. And then you'd come down, have this, still have this walkway here, but there would be stairs here. That could work, you know? So what I'm gonna do is possibly remove part of this floor. We'll create some stairs. We'll put in one row of it, so it's one wide, just so we can get a kind of contextual idea of what it would look like. And then we'll see if that's what we want to do with it. Sound good? So you'd come around the corner, and then you'd have a staircase here. I think that could look cool. Then we can just decorate and we can texture these walls, and they don't just have to be plain. We could have glass, we could have paintings, we could have designs in the wall. I think it could be really cool. It's going to be a little bit cramped. I will be the first to say that. Come out here and then see, like, that's fine. I could probably find a new place for the anvil and the crafting table just to open up this space a little bit more. So that would be stair. When you come down here, you would have that walkway. Realistically, I could probably just get rid of this chest. There's nothing in it. There's absolutely nothing of importance in it. I don't actually know why any of this stuff is here, if I'm honest with you. Like, where's this zombie flesh and netherrack coming from? Don't ask me because I don't know. So we got rid of that. We'd have there and there stairs. That would go, so we could put the grindstone down there as well. Why is that? Right, and that doesn't need to be here. Grindstone could go there. This floor comes out. That block didn't need to come out. Idiot. Or did it? It did. We're fine. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, I put stairs above them. I'm a genius. We can do that. None of that needs to be here. And we have all this. Look at that. Can that still stay there? It can. Down here, we could do something with this wall here. Possibly take it in one. That wouldn't harm anything. We could realistically, would there be any point in leaving them? Would they still open when all these stairs are? I'm going to go put all these stairs in. And then we're going to talk about everything that's on my mind. Because there's a lot of it and I need to think out loud. So give me a second. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Come down here. You've got the staircase. You go up. That's fine. You come down these stairs. You've got this walkway here. You're fine. These could technically stay here. I don't know what I was thinking I needed to do with the floor, but these could still technically stay there. Or if I wanted them to be a little bit wider of a turning space here, we could just move them. Neither of that is a problem. Next, my question is, why did I do this? What was I possibly doing under here that warranted this? This is where the chests were. Never mind. That's what they were for. Anyway, so hear me out. Let's just do it for now. Right, so we took out this wall. We'd still have this area under the stairs for something. Obviously, this bit would go because this doesn't serve a purpose anymore. These chests could technically stay here. Now, was there any reason why I particularly would want them to stay here? Not really. Just because I'm lazy. Also, it's kind of where I know to come. If I need an enchanted book, I know they're in here. If I need another tool, I know it's in here. But if we move them, I get used to somewhere else. You know what I mean? But we do have all this space down here. We still have the window. Might make it one higher, just so we have a huge window here. That's not a problem at all. I think we do take this down. Up here, all of this is going to get properly changed. All this is going to get textured. It's all going to look like a pattern. That's not even an issue. Do I then just fill this in, or do I open this up one more as well? A 3 wide walkway into a 5 long corridor? What would that look like? That's not ideal, We fix that in a minute. So we're down here. We're looking out, right? Class. I need some stairs here. I just remembered I need something from my house. We run round, and here we are. I don't think that looks bad, you know? We just fill this up, we make this look proper. Do I have the blocks on me? No, I do not. We decide what this looks like, because obviously, just having the complete stone does make it look like a cave, and it does look like it's going to the side of a mountain. It doesn't need to, though. Or at the very least, these walls here, the actual entrance could look cave-like. And then when you turn the corner, it becomes more homely, and it becomes like an actual thing. We could even realistically go down here. We could build another room here. What's over here? We have all this space here, and then it would actually go down to out there, which could be another way into the house. That's not a terrible idea. That's something I'm going to think about. So now if we came here, we'd have a way up. We come around to the side. There's a way down. It might look kind of messy. It might look kind of cluttered, but I think the idea is there. Let me work on this and see what I can do. So a very slight update. Everywhere is now stony. The window is much bigger. This is all smoothed over. This needs to... That needs to do that. I added a slight texture to that, so it's not like you're bumping your head when you're going down. That's looking much cleaner. I'm just not 100% sure what I want to do with it. This is where I'm meant to think of an idea. And I just don't know what I want. I like the space we have. I like the idea. I think it's all come together very, very nicely. Could technically continue the stone brick. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so we come out, we have a look along. This still continues, and we've got it going straight up to there, but then we've got these either side. Okay, I'm not 100% sure on that. It's not too much of a difference. It is still the same color palette, so I don't think it's too much of a change, but I'm not sold. I think in here still needs a lot of work, but I don't know what that work needs to be yet. We might come back to it. I think that's quite a nice wee addition to the place. Pretty much, it's kind of like, oh, this is what you can see from here, and it's pretty much correct. I think that's a little bit of detail in that. Just adds to the place a little bit. So like I did in the last episode, I showed off the whale. I'm now going to show off something else that is on the server that I haven't really addressed apart from when we were in the world tour. This is Johnny's house. He's got the wool farm, he's got a colourful banner, and he has a lot of hay. I'm not actually sure why. But in front of me, we have Bobblehead Row. It's quite something. I will completely give it to him. When we used to be playing on the server day in, day out, anytime it would rain, I was wanting to go to bed. He was praying for a thunderstorm. This man waited for a thunderstorm, would get his trident with, channeling on it, or whatever it's called, would strike a creeper, get a super creeper, then lure them into the mob that he needed them to kill to get their head. The man's a psychopath, but I can't fault him. It was worth it. It's just completely pointless, but it is easily one of the coolest things on the server. It's so cool. He also has a lot of horses. Hi. Wait a minute. You can put leads on foxes. Darn it. I was certain you could put leads on foxes. I should have tried harder. Yeah. Of course it's raining. So very regrettably, I have actually ran out of time to do. The episode's probably a little bit shorter than usual. It might not even have as much in it. I was finding it very hard to actually record over these past couple of days. Just for whatever reason, I was finding myself a lot less motivated than usual. I just wasn't feeling like my usual self and wanting to just jump in and try and make this, try and make that. The ideas were there in my head, but as I was trying to actually make them, I couldn't see them. I couldn't visualize them. I couldn't decide what I actually wanted to make, which doesn't make for a very exciting episode. So I've tried to get as much out of this as I could, and I'm hoping that the 13.5-ish, give or take, minutes have still been as exciting as you'd like. It's a hard funk to get out of, but I'm very much trying my best. So hopefully next episode we will be back to normal. At the very least, I'm going to try my very best. If today's episode has still been good, please feel free to leave a like. If you are new here, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get videos out every 3 days. I'm still sticking to that for the moment. Having said that, and with that being said, I hope you stay out of trouble, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll see you all later.